Hi, this is Learn With Me, where I try write a subgenre of music that I've not attempted to write before. Today I am trying psychedelic folk. Now I haven't had a massive amount of time to prepare for today. I'm also doing it in daylight, which is a change, but it's quite nice. It's been a sunny day, although the sun isn't out, typical England. I did, however, manage to get to listen to some of the bands to inspire me for today. The first one being Country Joe and the Fish, Donovan, and the Velvet Underground. I'll be using Ableton Live for this session. I'm going to start off by working on some drums, and I've also got the idea that I want to put some percussion over this as well. I think let's go for quite a simple beat for this. So I'm just thinking like a simple bum bum ch bum bum ch. A little bit quicker than that. Maybe that's quite a good tempo. Let's get some hi-hats in there. Just closed. Let's actually remove every other one there. And I want to change the sound of the kit as well. I'm using Addictive drums for this, Addictive drums 2. And just to save some time, I'm going to look through some of these presets and see if I can find something that fits nicely. Let's just try overhead and room. Because I kind of want like... No, that is not the sound I'm looking for. I like the snare and the hi-hats with this, but the kick, a little bit too punchy for my liking. Oh yes, that's the one. That's nice. Okay, now what I want to do is add some percussion in here. So I'm going to create a new MIDI channel, and let's have a look at what we have plugin wise. Let's go with that. Let's loop this and let's kind of create like a bit of a pattern. I'm feeling like it's a little bit too fast. I'm going to slow the tempo down a bit. And I'm messing around with the velocities here because I really want this to be quite a subtle part. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And I'm going to add a bit of reverb to that as well. I'm just going to use Ableton's built-in reverb for this. Yeah, that's good. Let's put the reflections up a little bit as well. And let's lower it in the mix. I want that to be quite subtle. Okay, I'm just going to loop all this. In fact, I'm going to slow this down just a little bit more. And let's get on guitar. For the guitar, I'm using this NUX Amp Academy, which has some really nice guitar presets. I used it in a previous video. I'll probably be using it for the foreseeable, actually, because it's really nice. I also got this new pedal, which I'll be using a lot of, which is the Old Blood Endeavors Dark Light. This pedal, I've only played it a little bit, but it's bloody amazing. And I might go back to using the Avalanche Run as well. So I think for this, I'm just going to use some kind of open chords. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, cool. I think what I'd like to do now is come up with a second part with the rhythm. I'm just going to focus on rhythm first and then go to the lead. So I've got those first two chords for the I guess the verse. Yeah, that's quite cool. Let's go with that. Cool. So that'll be our second section for rhythm. And let's just try come up with something else for a third or middle late section. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to re-record all this and just play it all, because I want those kind of leftover bits on the reverb to continue on from when we get to section 2 or chorus. So I'm going to re-record all this again. So I've actually created a third section there when I was running through, which could be like a middle late. I'm imagining in that section it could maybe get a little bit heavier, maybe bring some like kind of heavier guitars in, keeping it still kind of on a positive note. So what I want to do now is kind of create like a lead part for all those sections. So I am going to activate this other reverb pedal. So this pedal is really cool. I literally got it today, and it's literally like kind of 2 reverb pedals in one. And you've got the kind of, they call it dark and light, and I can see why they call it that, because one's kind of like more darkery tones and one's more kind of shimmery tones. And then I'm probably going to put like a little bit of distortion. So I'm going to activate my Earthquaker hizumitas. I'm pronouncing that completely incorrect. So we should have something. I'm going to lower the saturation on that pedal, and I'm just going to lower the volume of my guitar so it's not too... Yeah, that's quite nice. Cool, so let's have a bit of a play around with this. And I love those those never-ending notes with this reverb pedal. That's gorgeous, that. Yeah, okay, so I did a little mess up there, but I'm just going to loop that second part because I really liked what I came up with there. And I think what I might even try to do is do almost like a harmony part. So I messed up at the end there, but I think I've got some nice stuff in there. Some things need to be moved around a little bit for them to work, but I think that's a good start. I think what I want to try to do now is just get on bass and put some nice put some kind of nice low end in there. Now I'm going to turn these pedals off. In fact, I'm going to keep this bass going through that guitar preamp because actually I like that tone actually for this. So it's more like top heavy rather than low heavy, even though I know I said just before we want to add some low end there. I think I've gone against that idea and I think I want to have this kind of toppy for the bass. And I'm just going to go straight to record as well, just in case I come up with something nice. Before I put the bass down properly, before I record it, I'm going to fix some of these little note issues. And also, I realised the guitar is a step down where this is a step up. So at the beginning, I was playing the wrong notes, but we can fix that easily. Okay, now I've fixed those little issues. I'm going to now get on bass. And right, what I need to remember is my guitar is actually a step down. So you might notice that I'm playing the bass slightly up, and that's because of that reason. pretty happy with that. I for that towards the end bit, I let the I kind of tried to let the guitar breathe or leave space for the guitar when there's little noodly bits, and then for that last very bit when that first lead guitar comes out, I kind of did a little bit of noodling on the bass to add some interest. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of create more of a structure. So probably copy that first section over, and then on the rhythm guitar, the original first guitar I laid down, there's like a third section that I want to kind of bring out and kind of work on that next. Let me try find where that rhythm guitar section is that I put in. I can't remember exactly where I had it. Oh, this is it, isn't it? Just sits between those two. Okay, so let's move that so it's separated from everything. I will now start to copy these other sections to have like a repeat of A and B, or section 1 and section 2. I want to make sure that note continues on. Okay, and I'm thinking for this third section, I kind of want to like kind of start bringing like almost like a heavier rhythm guitar over this. And I'm going to start off with the bass, I think, because I kind of want to, even though that guitar is just playing those 2 chords, I kind of want the bass line and maybe the second rhythm guitar to be a little bit more interesting and maybe change it up a little bit. So I'm just going to play through and see what I can maybe come up with for this section. I think something like that could work. I'm just going to go with it and press record and see what I can come up with. Okay, for that very last bit, I kind of went away and did some little fiddly stuff, but I actually really quite liked it. The thing that's bugging me is obviously there's a little loop part at the end where I've kept this kind of note that's slightly wrong, so I need to fix that as well. So let's fix some of those little note repeats that I was talking about before. I'm just going to take 4 bars of this and copy those first 4 bars because I know that will fix this issue that we're having. Let's unmute the bass and have a listen. Oh, so it's the beginning of it that's the bit that's kind of messing it up. So then here we'll go back to the chorus section. Okay, so let's copy the chorus, pop it here and see how that sounds. I think it's a little bit jarring, but if we add some new lead guitar parts, we should be able to do some fades and make it sound cohesive. So let's go back on guitar. Now I'm going to be reactivating the Dark Light. I'm going to put both channels on. I'm also going to put the delay on. And let's see how this is sounding. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really nice. Right, so I'm just going to start recording and hope for the best. I really liked that very last bit, and I think there's some nice bits. So I'm gonna change some of the tone, and probably I'm gonna use the Earthquake devices for this next lead guitar, and I'm just gonna try not go too crazy, but try and enhance that first line I've come up with. So I'm turning off the Dark Light, and I'm gonna put the Earthquake devices on. And as you can hear, it's got the reverse delay sound, which is kind of cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and record just in case I come up with something that I like. So far, I've been on a pretty good track. Well, kind of. No, I like that. The change is still sounding quite jarring, so I'm going to have to look at that, but let's get onto Ableton. Right, let's have a look at this change into the chorus again. I think what I'm going to do is have just a section with just maybe bass, maybe? See how that would sound. I think that's sounding pretty cool. I think what I want to do now is start working on those drums as well, because they're kind of starting to get a bit repetitive for my liking. Let's go from the start. I think quite like that. Start with the percussion. I think for the first loops around, I like the idea maybe it's a bit of a rim shot. And then once we get to the chorus, it goes to the snare. Let's find the rim shot. A bit of a fill towards the end of this repeat. I like how the drums drop down for this section. You get like a simple kick drum, and then we get a even lesser drum part for the second verse with slightly less parts in it. I'm going to have the kick drum follow the same pattern as the last one. And then for the chorus, let's have a bigger part for the drums. Cool. I think for this, maybe just a simpler kick drum, but maybe more going on with the hi-hats and cymbals for this section C, or middle 8. And maybe for this little build up here, start bringing that kick drum back in. I think when it drops out, we don't want the drums to drop out as well. In fact, I'm going to remove the percussion as well for this section. Yeah, that's really nice. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Unfortunately, I'm on a time constraint today, but I think that's kind of a good start, a good foundation for a psychedelic folk song. Please let me know. I think what I'm going to do is just add a quick mastering effect on the end, do some quick tightening up, and then we'll have a listen through. For quick mastering, I'm just going to use Ozone 11 and just use one of the presets. I actually find the first preset to be one of the best just for quick bounces. So I'm going to use that, and we'll have a listen through. So quite an abrupt ending there. That's the first thing that I'd probably point out. Secondly, I really wish that I'd kept those notes hanging on for that break where it's just the bass. I think I would have liked to have had some more variation in the percussion because it's just the same part over and over again. The things I like about it, I love some of the guitar tones. I love the effects. I think it's a good start, a good foundation for something that could become even better in the future. But it's the first time really attempting folk, let alone psychedelic folk. So it's been really fun to kind of get into. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks again for watching. Until next time.